So we're entering through the Southwestern gate. There's a really cool piece of rock right here that looks black or green. I can't tell with my sunglasses. Looks green. Very cool. There's still a lot of dirt here, but most likely this has mosaic underneath based on where the column is. This is probably another 2 feet down or more. Stairs that go up to nowhere. They probably went up. We could see some of the sediment that kind of came in here. This is still very rough, but you get to get a good feel of what it takes to dig out a place that was buried for 1,000 years? No, 800 years. I think it was abandoned in 1200s. And then they don't know why it was abandoned, most likely because of trade routes changed. It's usually what it was. There's interesting flooring in here. Doesn't look like a mosaic, but tiling. Again, so much mud. You can see that's level with where I'm at. This had to be pretty massive. The city was formed in 300 BC-ish. You can see modern slit holes, bow and arrow. I don't think they had firearms when this place was still occupied. They would have had spears. We can tell Byzantine was here. The Christians were here, obviously, with the... Wow, I'm just in awe at some of this stuff. This is one of the more raw places with trees. And Libra, the fires went through, so all the pine trees are gone. But this is probably what it closely resembled before the fires went in. But just, you can see the rock work in here. Even though, yeah, it looks sloppy. But still, it's very impressive that this stuff is still standing. There's quite a bit of it. And this big piece. So this is a multi-story building, most likely. Looks like some of the original plaster. You wonder why people pick places like this? It's because of this. Good luck trying to sneak up with a ship. That's Alanya, way down there. I wonder if we could zoom in, if we could see the castle. I think I see the walls. Let's see if we can do this. There's some of the wall right there in the middle of the screen. Let's see if we can do this without getting too jumbly. I think when we get to the other gate, we might... Ah, there's the tower right there in the center of the screen. It's the red tower in the shipyard right below it. This was an incredible place. Just nobody would be able to sneak up on them here unless they came from behind, but I got a feeling that might be all cliffs. And the wall here, that's over 1 meter thick. I can't, yeah, it's in there. But to give you an idea, put my oboes in here. You can see how wide that is. And that's solid looking. And then, of course, the mud, because it just rained really good yesterday. And the little columns. It looks literally like they just dug this out last week. It's just so fresh looking. Yeah, this is multi-story. Probably right about there. And we could see there's different levels here. So this probably goes down. That could even have gone down subterranean. Look what we found. More of the tiles with the engravings on it. These, I never saw these or never really noticed them before this trip. So it's there. And then look at this. Either grindstones or bases of columns. I'm guessing grindstones for oil. And then obviously there's a lot still to dig out. So you can see these are fairly big. I'm thinking this is some kind of grindstone. Maybe one went on top of the other and it just flipped over. But these are relatively deep. I mean, that still goes down quite a bit. And they're really thick. I don't think it's a column base, but it's hard to tell without coming back in a year when they take out more mud. My guess was right. Olive oil workshop. So we can see this is what they think it looked like, and they probably are fairly accurate on that. Obviously, there's still a lot of mud in there. I wonder what's behind this. Probably just storage, maybe electric. You can't even peek in there, but that looks fairly old, except for the lock. All right, let's continue down here. You can see the defensive walls here. And these are just probably workshops. Nothing special, just a lot of dirt, a lot of rock. You might say, well, how boring. Yeah, but use your imagination as to what was here. Oh, that's some unique rock. Looks like foundation. Let's see, can we get out this way carefully? That looks like it goes down. Oh, I gotta remember to put a laser light in my bag. Steps? Maybe not. Wow, look at this. And the tree just decided to grow right here. Oh, olive oil holding, maybe. So this door has seen better days. Definitely has gotten weather beaten. It looks like there could be a latch there. But this is, again, pretty amazing rock. It's a different kind of rock. It's not solid. It looks, I'm not going to touch this. It's going to flake off. But it looks like it would be pretty easy to chip. And I'm not seeing signs of earthquake here. We're kind of on the borderline of it. But this would have been some sort of locking mechanism. A beam of some sort. All right, let's continue down the walkway. Let's see what they would have seen. Oh. This is very impressive. Very tall walls. And again, I still think we're up easily 2 to 3 feet. All right, we're gonna go up. Don't want to pull on anything or touch anything because I'm not bringing that wall down. Might have to change hands here just for my balance. Dirt's kind of loose with the mud, but not bad. Oh, there's a roof on that place. Yeah, there's probably some tools in there. Oh, you can go above. There's another door. There's buildings. This was all buildings everywhere. They got a lot of digging. A lot of digging to get to the base. When they hit the flat stones and ceramics. Wow, this whole section had to be houses, workshops. I think we're gonna go up and around over here. Let's go see what's up here. Make sure I don't bang my head. Not exactly the easiest climbing, but not that difficult. Wow, these columns have definitely seen better days. You got to give these guys credit. This had to be 100% buried under there. I had to cut roots, branches. I see. You can tell. This is, I would call that relatively fresh, not like it was last week, but it's relatively recent. This looks like it was part of a column base. See, that's Byzantine here. We know that because of the way the bricks went in. This is built over a couple cultures. Got a feeling we're walking maybe on the second or third or fourth culture that came through the area. I wonder if that's the cave up here. Let's go check it out. All right, I'm gonna say this is the easy way. If I was a mountain goat, I would go this way. Let's see if we can bounce through the ridge line here. All right, that worked. I'm gonna go check this area out real quick. Oh, it's gonna get me to where I want to go. This looks like a little rougher area. There's a path up. Looks like that was starting to be a cave over here. Then they stopped or caved in. Oh, I could have come around here. It would have been much easier. Just incredible view. You can almost see Africa. It's way across that way. Well, maybe Cyprus that way first, then Africa that way. Here you can see just rock fall. I got a feeling just digging out the roots just destroys so much. These magnificent trees. We're gonna go up soon. So we have the photo on the left is what it looked like before they cleaned out the street. And this reminds me of Termesos, except that the weeds and trees and prickers and branches are all pulled out. But that's an impressive amount of work they did. So we're gonna go see the large cisterns. These are supposed to be super impressive in the Baptismal Cave. And I see more modern work that was done. Obviously, this is very modern work being done. That's why I got a feeling they're gonna start charging fees. I would assume even in springtime, the amount of fencing they had up. And I could see rock and foundation all down there, which they probably utilized every single square meter here. Oh, this beautiful tree. Now just think about it. That tree could be 200 years old, but the rock around it is 2,300 years old or older, or at least the buildings. Oh, these are massive cisterns. Whoa. These are mega big. Whoa. That's impressive. That is very impressive cistern. 20 feet deep, maybe. Wow. This one's got some water in it. No alligators. Wow. That would hold a lot of water. Again, mountaintops, you would have had to store your water in case of invasion. This is just massive. I can't even tell how deep the water is. It might be a foot deep to 2 feet deep, but you can see by the water lines, it's been many different heights, and there's probably overflow like this to balance it, so there's not too much pressure. And then this probably was covered with the roof. You can see that, and it all collapsed in. Wow. I want to tell that Syedra is absolutely worth coming to if you're anywhere even close to Antalya or Alanya, especially Alanya. this is pretty impressive, and it's going to get better year by year, month by month. It's just absolutely wow and amazing. Not the perfect stuff, but again, if you like to see the process of how they restore the stuff or even uncover it, this is the place to come. Very, very amazing. And also, I do want to remind you, please subscribe to the channel because it supports our journeys, and watch out for some special stuff coming up. So coming around from the cisterns, this was maybe a pool or maybe just a very small cistern. You can see by the walls and then the drainage. Now it's obviously just this nice sitting area under the shade of that beautiful tree. Again, it's December 1st today, isn't it? Yeah, December 1st, 2025. So a year from now, maybe we'll come back and see what this looks like, because I got a feeling it'll be different. So here, I could kind of go around that way. I don't think they want you to, but I'm looking at my camera, so maybe I just don't see where I'm going, even though I gotta bend over and go around. This is the spring cave with the spring, so there would have been water flowing, and I see pipe. That's what's coming out on the other end. So, and I do see some path. Very interesting here. This was there was some kind of artwork here. I don't see how to get down in there. I don't want to play mountain goat and jump over there now with this mud. Probably get in trouble for just being here, but there's nobody here to yell at me, so shh, don't tell anyone. So we can see the cave went down. Oh. Wonder if I could get Fred to go up in here. Okay, so we're gonna jump over and not fall down. I am gonna play mountain goat. Let's see how he did that. He's a bit younger than me. He looked like a mountain climber. All right, so let's see if I do this right. Oh boy. I've done worse things. Let's see what this can do. Let's keep my weight to the left. Tanya's gonna stay down below. Oh, nice. Here, I'll be right back. It's not too big. Oh, wow. Very interesting. Looks like water would have come out there. So they called this the Baptismal Cave. And people probably would have stood over there. And then the spring would have been somewhere in there. No bats. This looks fairly natural. I don't really see scrapings. Pretty cool. All right, now the tricky part. I gotta get back down, so I'm gonna turn off my camera. Very special place. All right, so Tanya's gonna witness me, and so are you. Gonna hop the gorge. Let's see how we do. Okay, so we were just inside the spring cave with the spring, and I saw this, but this, I think, was by the fence, or past the fence on the other side. It looks like it's coming out, so I didn't get that perspective, but pretty cool. Eventually they probably won't let anybody back in here. I would say a little sketchy, a little dangerous. I only do what I feel I can do, no more. All right, up the stairs we go. Let's see what the next adventure holds around the corner. Depending how you approach, this is the Great Cisterns, the Big Cisterns. They are big. They are very big. And we could see in the aerial view. I may try to fly my drone up here, but I want to make sure he doesn't get lost somewhere. This is above the Baptismal Cave. There's no signs. That's what it looked like. That is so cool that they do the before and the afters. Here's the after, obviously in the video. That might even have been enclosed at one point. Hard to tell. I see the curve, but you just don't know. This, I'm not quite sure what this was. Just something I don't want to even go under. I think that got put there. Well, let's go through here and see what we have. They used column for a step. Round steps aren't exactly what I would call safe. Some really neat stones and rocks up here. I would imagine this was smooth at one point. And they got these holes everywhere too. Maybe this was enclosed and that's just what they used for lighting. Wow, this was a big walkway. Wow, how long did it take them to do this? This just... Wow. So that picture right here goes to here. And it looks like at one point it was not open, but it is. This is the West City Gate. This is closer to Alanya. Let's make a nice drone shot. It's not Roman. This is Greek, pre-Greek, the Christian Byzantines. This is such unique terrain too. Again, everything was built on hills, up hills. Defense obviously was the thing, but how did they get around? Are there still stairs hiding? Is there zigzag alleys? But every square meter was filled. So let's go through the West City Gate and let's see what else lies beyond. It should be the basilica is this way, and the Baptismal Cave we already passed, so let's see. And rockfall. Again, that's refuse from up above. Just easier just to toss it instead of carrying it. You can just see it was just thrown. So I think we want to go up here. That's the basilica. I doubt we go down. Maybe we go that way. Or I'm gonna say we go up this way. All right, let's head up this trail on the right. All right, so Tatiana thought we were going up this way. I was like, no, we're not going up that way. We're gonna go up this way. Just as fun, but less hazardous. So again, wear some good hiking boots. Be prepared. Again, it just was raining yesterday, so the mud is a little bit here. If it's drier, it's probably gonna be slippery. Oh, I just saw a little lizard. Where'd he go? Where is he? Oh, he just ran. So this is a wall, was a wall. And it looks like maybe an outer defensive wall. And it's just beautiful forest. This is so cool to be up here. This is definitely a must visit area. On the outside of the, wow. This is just so cool. So this wall is fairly thick, not as thick as the main wall, but I think it's just an outer defensive wall. And you can see just the rocks that fell down. This is not earthquakes either. This survived. Looks like they're doing a test pit, although that could go down. It's good 4 feet deep. It looks like they just tossed rock over. Yeah, this is Byzantine. You can see the brick arching. So let's step into here and see what this looks like. Not much. There's not much left. It reminds me of Southwest US, what it might look like. There's just remnants of ceramics everywhere. It's like another little cave. You could see just how they dump stuff off from the higher edges. I can't imagine how else you would do it. And then you get these just cool pieces of rock just laying around. And it smells so good here, the pine. Really a nice scent, and it's not even hot. I'd imagine if it's really hot, you're gonna smell quite a bit. Oh, and I guess we can't go over here because there's tape. So what is here? Let's see. Oh, I see somebody over there, which means we can get there just from another direction. Give you an idea how much refuse they've thrown over the side. This was the wall here, and it would have gone all the way over. So eventually that's gonna all be tossed over that way. And they're just gonna keep doing it and doing it until the top is clean and they work their way down. So what's gonna happen is when this tree comes out on the root ball, that becomes unstable. So I would imagine they're gonna have to build some kind of further retaining wall around here. And I think that'll be dug out. Actually, that looks like stairs right here. But we can go up this way, or do you wanna go up this way? Let's go up this way. No, it's stairs, yeah. There's stairs, yeah. Here. But that might go a different way. Overruled. We're going up the old walkway, which has definitely taken a beating. But I got a feeling we have to go up where I was looking at. Again, this tree's got to go. Oh, no, we can't go this way. Just make sure your knees are good before you come up here. Some good steps. Wonder how much wear and tear these have taken. Just look at the detail. I don't think they look like this 2,000 years ago. They probably were smoother. But again, these were all under dirt for centuries. So they probably were fairly protected. Wow, what a mess. This had to be just a maze of a city. That's a photo. This is what it looks like now. And I don't think they're gonna let us go down here. Oh, the other place was not the Baptismal Cave. This is. Huh. Crazy. So they didn't want us down here for some reason. Probably, I'm guessing there's either mosaic or some kind of artwork. Oh, yeah. It's original artwork on the wall. Usually when that's there, they put coverings over it, protect it. Kind of hard to get any more than that. You can see how deep it was buried in dirt. All right, so this is the Baptismal Cave. It looks like there might be original coloring in here. Wow. Oh, again, I need to bring the flashlight, but this, actually, you can make that out pretty good. Let's see, where's some original colors? Get past the wire here. Can you see anything? It looks like it goes back much further. I can't get the zoom. That's as far as the iPhone 11 will go without a telephoto or a light. And it looks like they have support beams. The floor looks pretty stable. I can't see any water back in there. Maybe they had spider webs. I don't want to go too much further. Maybe down that way. But obviously you're not allowed back in here. This is the colors. I can't tell if these are in there. Got some photos. Almost looks like Santa Claus. Christian symbols, but not what would have been there. Something we missed is a carving, but I got a feeling it's fairly new. So let's continue on up, because there's a whole lot more. Well, as usual, Turkey, the land of a trillion stairs, because all the good stuff is up, always up, until you go home, then it's always down. Oh, looks like this is blocked off. Look, we have a visitor. He's having fun. Mountain Chihuahua. Well, the things you see are pretty cool. I've never seen a mountain Chihuahua before. That's pretty cool. Oh, hey, look. No tape. Oh. It just looks like more. It's always more. And that beautiful Mediterranean Sea. And more up. And then even more up and up and up and up. That looks like Termesos to me, but that is here in Syedra. And that's what we're going up. They've cleaned it off very nicely. Thank you so much. So here you can see one set of stairs we came up. And we can see Alanya way out in the distance here. And I'm gonna zoom in with my iPhone 15. And we see the fort and the red tower. It's fairly far away. And the shipyard is below that. It's in the shadows now, but you can see the defensive walls and the castle way up high. But what a great view of the defensiveness of Alanya. And that's the harbor right there in the middle. It's wind's starting to pick up, so it's kind of hard to hold it stable. It's only 15 times zoom, but pretty cool. And surprise, 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 more stairs. We keep going up. And these stairs are original. These were not replaced. This is just amazing wear and tear. But to dig this stuff out had to be lots of fun. You could probably stay here for a 50, 60, 70-year career and just dig and know every rock, every pebble, every pile of dirt. And the stairs just keep going up. I look at this and it's like they just literally dug this out yesterday. Even with all the rain, there's still the mud on the rock. I mean, that's 500 years of dirt buildup that came from up above, from erosion. All right, let's go see. We're almost at the top. Let's see what's up here. All right, I noticed coming up, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's darker stones that's in a pattern, and you can kind of see it. It doesn't flow in a straight line, but I wonder if there was mosaic and they used the darker stone as maybe a building point. And there's one here, and it looks like it's almost infused with the rock. And then I see one here. There's remnants of it here. Just erosion, just tore this out. Here's one. This is really interesting. Again, whenever you're in ancient ruins, always watch your step, but look up, look down, look sideways, stop. Check your surroundings out, unless you're just for your quick social media posts. Obviously, I like to go a bit deeper with the videos. And if you appreciate that, make sure you subscribe and share this video with somebody too. And of course, hit like. We appreciate it. Give you an idea, it looks like they dug that out and then just tossed it all down there. And we were down there before. But you can see that's a lot of rubble they're tossing over. And again, they're gonna probably just start scoop, 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 scoop. Down it goes. And then we get to what looked like the top, and it just keeps going up. How funny. This is the first carved piece I've seen. It doesn't mean they're not here, but we've seen this rough structure. It would have been actually that way. Maybe up. If you hear what sounds like rocks in the wheelbarrows, they're doing some dig. Let's see if we can see over the wall. See what they're digging up. Oh, I think we can. Let's see what they got. Wow. That's how it's done. A shovel, a wheelbarrow, and some tough digging. Check this out. We are almost to the top, hopefully. Maybe. Just such an adventure just walking upstairs. It's always, I'm just always mesmerized by pretty much everything I see. But this is so cool to actually see people actually working and digging. We can see to the east, Gazan Pash, I believe, is out that way. Stones, strange holes. I don't know if it's erosion, trees. Maybe this is the old potty area. We don't know. Alright, let's get up here. There's got to be a Colonnaded street around here somewhere. Ooh. This looks adventuring. Look at the erosion. Always be careful. I wouldn't go anywhere near some of that stuff. Ooh. Rock is falling around me as I come in. Just looks like storage. More digs. It's almost boring up here. See what's no entry. Oh, hello. Oh, I would go in there. I mean, technically, it's not hanging up, but looking at the rockfall, no, not a good idea. All right, more workers. Huge stones here. Probably 4 or 5 people can lift these. I mean, they're still heavy, but if you know how to move heavy stuff, it's easier. then, of course, more up. But right now we have the Colonnaded Street. We found it. All right, so we've been down many colonnade streets. This is pretty good. A lot of columns up. That tells you they've done a lot of work. A lot of work. There would have been shops, probably roof overhead. And I just saw something behind me. There's still some ancient writing here. I don't know if we can make that out. It could be Roman. See, theta, pi, alpha. It might be better in the video.
I think it's Greek.
Greek, maybe? Yeah, Greek. It wouldn't be Latin. All right, more stairs. Let's go up. I gotta imagine that's as far up as you can go. But we'll get a good shot of the Colonnade Street from up above. Always very impressive how much time and energy people spent back then to build it. Of course, they had centuries, and these guys have months, a couple years. You can still see all the houses in there. All right, let's continue up and see if it goes anywhere. Oh, this is the cave where I poked my head in. It said no entry. And they are getting ready to build. And this whole thing, we're walking over the cave, which would have come up and through here. Oh, and it still goes that way. So maybe there's water, spring, but eventually this is going to all be a big deck. Be very nice up here. So this is the chapel. So, very small chapel. And then we have, there's just stuff everywhere. The great church, that is one big olive crushing stone. And that cave, it keeps going. I wonder if it goes up somewhere up higher. There's possibly water. Maybe they used it to escape. Shortcuts instead of all the stairs. Let's see what we got here. This should be a sudden drop. Yep. Ooh, yeah. Oh, this is fairly big. So this looks like the great church or the chapel. It's hard to think. Yeah, you know what? And I think people were buried here. I think it looks, yeah, I see color. I'm surprised you're allowed back here. Whenever you see color, don't touch it at all. Don't touch. All right, before we do that though, let's look out over the edge. Let's see what we can see. Looks like they got cement. Yeah, let's see. There's a lot of stuff. This place is rather huge. Yeah, I'd say give it 3 hours if you're just gonna walk it 2. But definitely take your time and investigate what you can, because this is gonna keep getting better and better. All right, let's check these colors out. So, I don't know. Looks like pumpkin vines. You can see the colors are still here, which is just amazing because the sun's hitting it. It looks like they did do some preservation work on it. Can't really make anything out, but there's definite stuff there. Somebody or some people were entombed here. This was probably a floor of some sort. We saw this in Toulouse. I'll leave that link on the screen here. Well, this is, I think, the way down. Acropolis is up this way. This should be out. I haven't seen the one guy that we've run into, so I'm thinking he just got lost up in the mountains somewhere. Or see, they do test digs to see what else is there, and I guarantee you there's a lot of stuff that they haven't even found yet. My thought is you get some ground penetrating radar, you'll find stuff. Is this the Acropolis? Doesn't look like it. This is the Assembly House. Looks a lot different than the ones we've seen elsewhere. Oh, wow. And it looks like they actually found bones in here too at one time. And I see, oh, here it is. It looks like we can go in there. Yeah, see, people were definitely entombed here. There's a path that we can go in. We're not going to step on the mosaic, but that's original mosaic. Wow. This place is big. It's big. Definitely a hidden gem that is absolutely worth coming. Even if they start charging money, you should definitely come here. I'm going to go down a less steep path. To my left, more up the Acropolis, but I got a feeling that's how you get out of here too. So let's see into here. Ooh, that's pretty solid. Yeah, people were entombed here for sure. It's strange that they would have put them here. Children, babies. Let's see this mosaics. Ooh, I want to be careful. I don't want to step on anything. That has not been preserved yet. I'm surprised they're even letting us down in here. Very odd. The rock was probably telling a story. I'm not gonna step. The Colonnaded street. And no more stairs, but we're going up. And hopefully finding our way back to the auto park, to our car. There are no facilities on the mountain. And I haven't seen the two older ladies with the guy come back this way. So either way, they went another way, or they went up and around. This is kind of like Termesos terrain. Steep, it goes on and on and on. Definitely a fun workout. I love this stuff. This is nice. Wanna go through there? No. Again, you got to be in decent shape. Don't come up here and expect an easy hike unless you stop often. Bring water. On a hot day, good luck. Ooh, the sign is gone. Oh no. Alright, well, we're going to save that for another trip because it's a much longer hike up that way and around. So we're going to go back down in by the Colonnaded street, and that should hopefully get us back to the auto park. So back down we go. Let's see what happens when we get down here. That's the biggest one yet. Look at him. Whoa. As I hop, he hops. Let's see if I can keep him in focus. Where is he? It's too hard to do while I'm walking. Oh, cool. Love these guys. On a hot day, there's probably thousands of them. It's so cool. All right, we found our way back down to the Colonnade Street. And they're just digging. It's great to see so many people working here. A lot of columns. Just think all the shops that used to be here. They have no theater, so that tells you something. I don't know what. Unless the theater hasn't been discovered, but usually they stick out pretty good. Let's see. Oh, they got themselves a good hole. A meat and fish shop. How do they know that? Because of remnants and the fishing hooks. And this looks like a big open area. I think I looked down into that from up above. But just think all the people in here. It would have been stinky and noisy, smelly, like, oh, probably horrible stink. There's the first signs of scratching. Huh, that looks like that was shored up pretty good. On the ground, I could see maybe cart marks, drag marks. Those don't look like erosion. First, just pieces falling down. These walls are very, very thick. This is a pretty long colonnade street too, considering you're built on terraces. Oh, there's some more stairs going up, but we're not doing that again. That's probably the alternate way. It was closed, that's why. All right, let's come down. Let's see what we got here. The columns, I doubt these are fake, although the bases, I think the bases were brought in after, just to reestablish it. I think we could go down there, but we're getting tired. I'm just gonna cut to the chase and some of this stuff. The Roman bath, because the Romans were here. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going on and on. Here, I'm just going to go down a couple stairs, which means, what, 30, 40? It's just endless. This is massive city. This is going to be an absolute must-see. Oh, and there's mosaics down there too. So this was the gymnasium, which isn't a modern gymnasium. It's like a school. But this would have been highly, highly cultural through here. Where there's gravel like that, that tells me there's really good mosaic underneath. And this is the Roman bath. So, oh, look at this mosaic. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is amazing mosaic. Huge amount. You're definitely not allowed to go in there. I don't see any people. Ah, here's, yeah, here they are, right there. You gotta really look to see them. There's no way to get up above. But you can see this fabric. They're gonna cover it and protect it. Oh, they're working in here. Here's another, I'm just gonna call it a platform. The mosaics. There's something in the middle that looks pretty eroded out. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. This really is truly a must see location. And the workers. Oh, I think I just found our way out. But the mosaics are just, wow. I see another giant lizard coming. The Godzilla, where was he? He was running right towards me. I saw him in the mosaic. This place is just massive. And I'm thinking we have to exit out this way. Because what goes up must have to go down. Look at the mosaic here. It's like they just, well, maybe it's not marked off, but let's see. I'm not gonna go in there, but there's some really good mosaics here that the ladies were working with what looked like red mud. Just very natural. And look at the mosaic pieces here. Who gets to put this back together? That's all broken mosaic pieces. Thousands of it. Wow, maybe hundreds, but a lot. And two huge olive press stones. Oh, and you can see how it's lined up in the... All right, so we found a whole new section of the city. It seems like we're gonna be here till dark. Got nothing better to do today. We did not expect this at all. It looks like a well. I can't believe they don't have a theater here. So this says Olive Oil Workshop. Seems like we were by here. So this is a very unique piece. Look at this. So the oil would have been crushed up in here and then dripped out into the, down through here. And they maybe had the vases down in here or in here and then collected it. Maybe that was first processed. This could have been, this looks like heavy duty. Very heavy duty wheels. That is just gigantic. This one is maybe just over a meter. This one is over this is almost 5.5 feet. So this olive press wheel, I can't even get my camera far enough back, but this is over my head. It's probably 5'9", 5'10" around. Just to give you an idea how big that is. It's a huge olive press squisher. And this one isn't so big, but you can see it. It's still, it's over 3.5 meters. Not quite. Let's see if this was another olive press area. Ooh, I see more stuff. Looks like bones. I'm here. I'm back in the olive press here. Go this way. It's just endless workshops. It's just amazing. And here's mosaic. Oh, I can't get out that way, but look at the mosaic. I'm just gonna kind of sneak in here. It's all around, so I gotta be careful where I step. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Oh, and this was a bath. Oh, look at this. Somebody had a private bath in here. Mosaic in the bottom. That's crazy. Make sure I don't step on anything. Make my way through here and see. Oh, more mosaic. Wow. Here's the eternal knot. Maybe it's called the Gordian knot. I don't know if that would be it, but it looks like two links together. Here's another olive press room. I think olives were the main manufacturing. Now all around us, as we go up and down the mountain, it's all bananas. So obviously over time, the environments are going to change, soils, productivity, need. So, oh, I think we found the auto park, or at least the sign that says auto park. So that would be the end of the Colonnaded Street, and then this would be the beginning from this end, or at least going around. And this is what it looked like way back. It'd be nice if they put a year on that. An amazing sight. So don't go up this way. Well, maybe by the time you come here, it might be different. We're gonna go down this path. And this should take us back to the auto park where we parked. Oh, there's that. I haven't seen those yet. That was the first one I've seen. Just your basic everyday path from 2,500 years ago-ish. All right, so I just can't help stop exploring. Oh, it's in here. More olive. Whoa. This is major olive production. This is so crazy. So there would have been a stone on there that was spun, and it would have dripped out, and you could see the remnants of the vase, of the clay jar. I call it a vase, but the jar that would have been in here. And guess what? There's one more over here. Same thing. Wow. And I wonder if they push the olives down a chute. That's strange. I don't think so. But this would have just been amazing. They threw the wheel out the door as a step. And then this, oh, this is different. Why is that there? They have a nice pedestal. Paymaster's office? Or maybe they refined it, stamped it in here. Just, that looks like maybe a water supply. Crazy stuff. And another olive press room. This was massive manufacturing through here. Massive. And then they get the white stones, gravel place. And what do you know? Probably another workshop. Although that looks much bigger. Here's another one. These look like just storage rooms. That's definitely big. It looks like 3 presses in there. All right, this is just monstrous. Look at the size of this. This is just huge. But we also think they brought us to the wrong auto park. This does not look familiar where we parked. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm gonna look at Google Earth here and figure it out. So look what I found. It looks like jars and storage.
Where?
So we need to go. This is a little bit tricky to get out of here because there's not a map because of the construction. But now it's saying we have to go back. Oh man. It's like we're on the opposite side maybe. But does it mean we go that way? All right, so we're trying to find our car. We know the sea is in front of us, and Syedra is an absolute must-see. Another must-see is this video on your screen next, because it's something else you're going to want to go visit here in southern Turkey. Absolutely amazing, amazing. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.